Click the bell icon to get latest videos from Ekeeda.
Hello friends, in the previous topic we have discussed about the chemical reactions of glucose, and now in this topic we are going to talk about the cyclic structure of glucose. So now let us understand that is how we can represent the cyclic structure of glucose. So friends, we understand that is we can draw the open chain structure for the glucose, but that glucose consists of that is aldehyde group, that is C double bond OH. But what happens if that C double bond OH is basically converted into a cyclic form of glucose? So this is what I'm going to talk about, that is the cyclic structure of glucose. So now let me explain that how we can represent those structure. So suppose friends, if we have to draw the open chain structure for the glucose, so for that we have the structure that is C double bond O H. Here there will be C. I'll write it here as OH, H, C, H, OH, C, OH, H, and here ultimately we have to draw that is 6 carbon atom in the straight chain. So therefore this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The lower part, it will consist of CH2OH having OH on this side and H on the left hand side. But here we can find that is a free carbonyl or free aldehyde group over here. But what happens if this carbon number 1 is associated with this carbon number 5 through an oxygen bond? So this is how basically this oxygen bond, obviously we understand that is the bond between the oxygen and hydrogen, and we understand that is the oxygen has a lone pair of electron, and in that case suppose if it acts on this carbon atom, so in that case we could get a cyclic form, and the two cyclic forms, that is what we could get is I am representing over here, that is if I am talking about the one of the cyclic form, that is the hemiacetal form of the glucose. So in that case the structure, that is what we could get is COH. The H will be here. Talking about the next thing, that is this whole part, it will be as it is, that is COH. This one would be H. Talking about the lower one, so therefore this will be CHOH. And talking about the next, that is COH. Here there will be H. And talking about this one, so that is C. Here there will be H, and through this basically the oxygen to this carbon atom, and this is how basically at the lower part we'll get, that is CH2OH. Again, this is nothing but the carbon number 1. So this carbon, before getting cyclization, because before getting the process of cyclization, this carbon can show two anomers, that is alpha anomer and beta anomer, or alpha form and beta form. In that case basically you can see that is one of the form where we can find that is the epimer, or this carbon atom is the one where we can find that is the OH is on the right hand side. But similarly we could find that is the OH could be on the left hand side and this H would be on the right hand side. So, and talking about the rest of the thing, it will be same as it is. So therefore the structure, that is what we could get is, where we could get that is COH over here, there will be H, while the rest of the thing it will be same, that is COH, H, C, H, OH, COH, H, C, H, and this is how basically the oxygen will get bonded with this carbon atom, and this is the last one, that is CH2OH. So therefore this is a 6-member ring that is being formed in both of the cases. And let me talk about the first carbon atom. So here there is a difference, that is what we can see, that is in this case the OH is on the left hand side, and in this case the OH is on the right hand side, and that's the reason that is a 6-membered ring which consists of 5 carbon atoms and 1 oxygen atom is basically known as pyrene. So that's the reason the cyclic form of this glucose is known as glucopyranose. But since here OH is on the right hand side, so therefore the name of this one would be given as D-glucopyranose. So talking about this one, so in that case the epimer carbon, so in this case the OH is on the left hand side, so therefore the name of this one would be given as beta-D-glucopyranose. And this is how basically we could give the cyclic structure for the glucose, and that's it. So thank you friends for watching this video. I hope you have understood that is how to draw the cyclic structure of glucose, and I hope I'll see you next time. Till then, don't forget to subscribe Ekeeda channel. Thank you so much.